We are now recording the December 20th, 2019 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Hello, happy Friday.
I miss you, Sarah.
Friday before Christmas.
We miss Sarah. She'll be back, though, I'm sure. So,
the second last Friday of the decade.
Ooh.
Pardon me?
It's the second last Friday of the decade.
I feel old.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know, before we know it, it'll be Linda's birthday on a Friday.
Yeah. So the first thing we were talking about was payroll. Payroll, Shannon, you want to start with kid payrolls and what's happening with you this week?
Yeah, so all of a sudden, I got 8 referrals from an accounting firm with their clients who want to add the owner's children to the payroll. And there's certain limitations and benefits to having your children on the payroll. First of all, they can only be on payroll if you're an S corp or as a sole proprietor or an LLC, single member LLC. But if you're a partnership or an S corp or a corporation, you can set up what's called a family management company. And as long as there's only the one owner of that, the kids can get on payroll. I don't understand the whole train of how all of that works, but in essence, if you employ your children, you can pay up to $10,000 this year, tax-free. They don't pay withholding, they don't pay Social Security, Medicare, state unemployment, federal unemployment, work comp, nothing. You pay them $10,000, but you have to transfer the money from your business account into the child's account before the end of the year. It's not where you can just say, oh, well, this money went whatever. But yeah, it has to actually physically leave the company and go physically to an account that the child controls or is a named member of. So yeah, it's just normally when I have children of the owners on payroll, they're working in the company and they're on regular payroll with the rest of the employees. So this influx of people coming at the end of the year to do one lump sum payroll is kind of a unique situation. So I'm not sure if that's a sign of the times or just poor tax planning by this particular.
They call that income sprinkling.
They call it loopholes, is what
they call it. Well, in Canada, it's called income sprinkling.
Okay, would you like to put your 2 cents in? You have to unmute. Can I unmute you?
Oh, you're talking to me. I thought you were asking Matthew or Tiffany to comment more.
I was asking Dennis, the CPA. Oh, I know you're a CPA too, Tiffany.
Yeah, but not in the U.S.
But not in the U.S. So.
What was the question? Sorry, I was kind of spacing.
It's right.
It's happening more and more.
Putting your children on payroll for the tax benefits of it.
Well, I'm not an expert, but I believe that you don't have to declare, they don't get taxed on it. I mean, it's not income to them, I believe. And
okay. Let's move on to Linda Russell. You had payroll issues this week.
Well, it was very interesting. I had been reconciling the month of November. And like on the 3rd of November, the Paychex payroll company just deposited $1,000 even back into the company bank account. And I thought, well, that's odd. And I looked through the payroll report for the end of November, and there was no mention of $1,000 anywhere. So the lady who's staff there and does it, I said, can you call Paychex and ask them what this $1,000 is? Turns out, when this staff member gets paid, she has her $5,000 paycheck go into 5 different bank accounts. And one of those 5 different accounts, she closed on September 30th. So when the money was supposed to go into the account at the end of October, it went in, it couldn't go into that account because there wasn't an account. So they said, oh, well, we'll just give the $1,000 back to the company. And they never showed any record of having taken it back from the staff member that got paid that. They didn't show anything about the Social Security or the Medicare or everything that, because when I'm talking to the, and then I got that owner to go online, because we usually would not see December until I go to reconcile December after it's finished. So I had him go online and look, and wow, on December 30th, $1,000 came back in again. Because it did the same thing again. It bounced back. That account was closed. And I said, so I was joking with him. I'm saying, well, that's why you pay me the big bucks, because I asked the right questions.
But that is just so odd that they wouldn't, that there would be no notification that payroll didn't go through.
I want to say the person that's getting paid, hello, did she not notice?
So, yeah, she's
Oh,
she adds up all the amounts going into different accounts and make sure it adds up right, but she missed it 2 months in a row. And I said, see, it says it doesn't matter how careful you're a human being. And I said, it doesn't matter how smart a human being you are, it's you get busy and things happen and you don't notice because you're not expecting
And
it.
hello, if you're going to close a bank account, don't you look at all the things that are happening in that bank account? Like,
right. Well, it's all closed, so she can't get it. That's the other thing that's interesting. When you close a bank account, you can't get to it anymore.
Right.
Yeah, but
You can only get to other bank accounts there, not that one.
before you close it, don't you think about that? Or as you're closing it, don't you think about that? I had payroll going.
Well, actually, she did go to the payroll company and tell them that she had closed that account and not to put the money there. But have you noticed how when you go to tell things like that, you click yes, do it, and then there's another screen, yes, I want to do it, and there's another screen, and you have to go through about 5 different screens before it saves it. And she just quit before the last one. It's like we filed sales tax for a client a month ago, or no, back in August it was. And what happened is we didn't scroll down and say, yes, do it for the 3rd time. So they never paid the tax. We had calculated it all and everything, but they never paid it or took it out of her account. She doesn't look at her bank account online, so she didn't know it wasn't taken out. So she gets a notice saying, oh, well, you didn't pay your tax. Now you got to pay us this penalty and interest and everything. So it's like, it's interesting.
Crazy.
It's
And
funny.
Linda Artisani.
She got her money and it's all taken care of.
Well, good. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And Linda, what was happening with the federal taxes that weren't paid?
There was something was a glitch in it says there was a direct deposits and other financial transactions were delayed Thursday by a glitch in the Federal Reserve that has since been resolved. So I don't know if anybody got any clients that said, I didn't get my paycheck yesterday, but.
I have one that their deposit was supposed to be deposited on the 16th and it hasn't been.
That might be, it says it's fixed now.
So that could be the reason why.
Well, now I have something to tell them other than everything looks good on my end.
Because it did look good on your end.
Right, and thankfully it wasn't a paycheck, it was a bonus check.
Well, that's just as bad. People want to go out and do their Christmas shopping.
The bonus check was small.
Oh, that's all right.
Did they take the taxes out?
Yeah.
QBD had problems with their EFTPS system. Actually, there was an upgrade that fixed it, but apparently there were several people that did not do that upgrade and were not able to pay the taxes because the passwords weren't taken.
I know exactly about that. When I set somebody up, it was such a silly little thing that the EFTPS password, the length of the password had to be 12 to X number of characters long. And the QuickBooks desktop only allowed up to 12 characters, and it didn't like the crossover wasn't documented. So if you go, you create your EFTPS account and you create a password, you can't change that password for another 10 days or something like that. So now when you're doing that, once you need to link your EFTPS in desktop, you have to be able to put the right password in. But since it only takes X number of characters, oh, it was such a pain in the rear. Yeah.
Frustrating. A lot of year-end tax problems.
That was a while ago too.
Okay, I was just saying about it this week.
What was crazy is when I came across it, I never set up payroll on desktop. It was like the one time ever. So it took me forever to go through this process in 3 trips, all for an ex-girlfriend.
That it always happens that way, doesn't it? I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, there is a phrase called "no good deed goes unpunished."
Exactly.
That's right. I've heard that one.
But if you had come to us, we would have been able to tell you.
You're right. That's true. I don't think that's actually true, Shannon, because I tried to do a good deed for you the other day. Hopefully I don't get punched for that one.
Oh, we haven't finished yet. There's still time.
Oh, wow. So do you mind? Well, we were helping Shannon try to map Microsoft Teams to her computer is what we were doing. And we found out at first that for people that aren't familiar, when you have a Microsoft account, you can actually have it's like the old Microsoft Live or Outlook account. That's totally different than an Office 365 subscription. So the initial thing we had to do was actually get her set up to where we got her onto the Office 365 like business aspect of it.
Shannon,
then we had that set up.
We're not sharing the right thing.
Actually, this is Teams. Yeah.
There we are.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So yeah, because what I had Microsoft Office 365 Home, which doesn't have access to all of the apps, and Teams is. So the first step we had to do was close that. Well, I didn't close that account yet because there's a few things I need to transfer over, but I did have to sign up for
new subscription
Office 365 business account.
Yep. And you get a lot more features and functionality with that too, which is pretty cool. But the biggest one was that gave us Microsoft Teams so we could download and install that. And the real reason we were trying to do all this is Teams has the ability that it will map to SharePoint online, and it's literally just clicking some buttons, but you can then map that drive to your computer drive. So for me, because I have my home office and obviously my office, I save everything to that mapped drive, and I can access it from anywhere that I have Teams, on my phone, on my computer, laptop, all that stuff. So we were establishing that mapped folder structure, but that also benefited by setting up Teams, which is you could say a Slack alternative. It's better.
But you don't have to have Teams to actually map a drive with SharePoint.
No, you don't. You're correct. But what we like to do, what we've done at Parkways, because we do use Teams and we set it up with different channels for each of our clients, I have all the stuff mapped for all the clients. So amongst all of us, we all have access to all the documents for whichever client it is, all organized. And then you can have a nice full folder structure by client also.
And I'm not fully set up. It took us so long to get to this point that we ran out of time.
Yeah.
So
we will continue to evolve it.
Sarah Laidlaw Woodruff was the one, another one that is fallen in love with Teams. Yeah. And I'm hearing about Teams more and more. Yay, Matthew.
I'm going to win, Seth. I'm going to win. I'm telling you, I'm going to win.
Yeah, Woodard is all about Teams as well.
It's neat because at the top there where it says like post files wiki, they have a whole bunch of different apps that you can link up to it and have set up inside here. And you can embed different Excel sheets or embed different apps to really customize what you have access to for the different clients and their specific workflow needs. And I believe Slack can do that as well. I just have had complexity or like logging in issues with Slack at times.
Mhm.
But a lot of our friends also like ClickUp. And recently I just learned how to set ClickUp into our Office 365. So you can take emails and throw them straight into the tasks, which is pretty neat.
Nice, nice. That is a super nice thing. Yeah.
Love it. Ooh, that also reminds me for the Office update, and I'll give up on the other one. You now, through Office 365 on your phone, best thing in the world ever. This dang thing now will read me my emails, and I can respond back to it. I love it.
Like
can-
speed read, like text.
Through
or
Cortana.
talk?
So I'll go, I'm going to click on my phone here, and I'm just going to play through the mic. You won't get to see it all because I didn't log in.
Right now, you've got 8 new emails to hear about. This will take about 5 minutes.
Nice.
About half an hour ago, Madison Davis wrote back with a long reply about NoFi cert completed just to you saying, "Oh my God, these are so cool. Love them. I will share this with my team. Hopefully we can do something cool with them."
So then I can actually talk back and I could say, hey, Cortana, reply or delete or, make sure I don't actually do that. But so what's neat about
Okay,
that,
what's your short reply?
cancel.
Because you said the word reply.
Hours ago, Linda
Yeah. So yeah, that's your Microsoft update. Thank you.
Got it.
Very cool. Very cool.
We could probably stop sharing now though, Shannon.
Well, I wasn't sure, so I just kept it up.
Well, the next thing we're going to talk about, I received a notice that I had a password exposed through a third-party data breach. And this was an automatic thing that came up, and the app turned out to be QBO.
Wow.
So, yeah. So I automatically changed my password, but I don't know if anyone else has gotten any kind of notice like that. No. So it makes me wonder if it really was a true notice.
Oh,
So Matthew,
knows?
you're going to talk about protocols.
Yes, but hold on one second. I have a different thing to play here real quick.
I've got 8 new
They want you to listen to those emails.
Right now, you've got 7 emails to hear about.
Trust me.
This will take about 5 minutes. Just now, CPA Tiffany Stewart sent an email about will my email be read? Just to you. Here's what it says. Hey Matthew, here's another email.
Thanks, Tiff.
Thanks, Tiffany J. Stewart.
At least she said
And they
it.
can have one for me too.
Actually, yep, yours is in there as well. Tiffany loves
Not during this. I sent it
Email
before I
because
got
love
on.
it so much.
Tiffany knows how much I just love email, and so she actually loves to just randomly send me an email that says, "Hey, here's another email for you. Have a good day." So it's fun, right?
Yep.
And you can send those emails to Linda at lindaartisani. You were talking about security. So super fast version, obviously the biggest thing with Intuit is making sure that you set up that 2FA or multi-factor authentication. It really, I used to hate it all the time, but now I'm just glad I have it. Social media, especially like any Facebook stuff, you better use it always because you don't want to get fished off of that. By doing that, that will really eliminate a great possibility of them, poaching your passwords and such or accessing your data.
I have a question. How do you set up two-factor notification on Facebook? What is it for? For making a post?
So what it does is anytime I go to log in to Facebook, I actually have to, if it's a new computer, or if I cleared my cookies, I get a code to my phone and I have to say it was me. So
Okay.
if somebody else was trying to do it from a different IP address, they wouldn't be able to get in.
Got it. So you must set it up inside your profile or something.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact details, but it's in the profile towards the bottom. But I can try to figure
I
it out
can
really
find
quick.
it. It's probably
It's
privacy.
It's under security.
That makes sense.
So I very rarely, I'm just always signed in on Facebook. Although I noticed they made me sign in on my phone today. So, but I had to go look up my name and my password.
Interesting.
I found it. So, yeah.
I hear they're going to be in the future, like not in the future, but in the decently near future, they're going to start moving towards like fingerprint or retinal type scanning for access, especially for like banks and such, which that's an interesting thing. When that happens, man, all services like a ledger sync and everything else, you're done. I don't even know what you do at that point.
Right.
Well, I hope they use retinas because my fingerprints, when you get old, your fingerprints like disappear and they're really not readable. I've had my fingerprints done for, if you work with kids, tutoring and that kind of stuff, they have to prove you're not a sexual offender or something. And there's 4 of my 10 fingerprints that will not verify.
Are you
The other 6 will, but 4 of them will not. I wore them out.
I love that.
And I actually had a laptop that had a fingerprint reader, and I couldn't get into the laptop because it couldn't read my fingerprint.
Oh.
And that was the only way. And we had to reboot the whole thing and set it up without the fingerprint reader. I lost everything on it. It wasn't a lot, but it was interesting. Yeah.
Well, Mary is saying she has the same issue.
She has old fingers too. We used them too much.
So
we wore them right out.
If you had LASIK, does that change your eye?
I don't know.
Everyone's eye is different. Every iris is different, like a snowflake.
When you have LASIK, they don't change your retina. They change your lens.
The cornea. They cut
well,
it.
I think, and I don't think it changes the iris. It changes like the layer on the outside.
The cornea.
The cornea. Thank you.
I had it done, so I know.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm thinking about having it done because everybody keeps saying, just wait. And when they do cataracts, but I don't have any cataracts. So
they told me the same thing. Everybody gets cataracts. Wait.
Yeah. Well, till I'm 90 and then at 90.
Right.
Then I don't know that I want to see at 90.
No fingerprints, no seeing.
Only
so we're happy.
I was born with used eyes.
We have a couple minutes left here. Let's talk about what we're doing for Christmas.
Yeah.
Shannon?
With any luck, most of my family will show up tomorrow for Christmas. I say that because it's a long story. I'm not going to get into it now. But no, my side of the family, we do Christmas on a weekend. So we're doing it tomorrow. And then my husband's side of the family does it on Christmas Day. And at some point, I'm not sure when, some of the kids will show up and we'll do Christmas here.
So you have an extended Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the first time, I think in forever, we're going to be done with Christmas all in like 10 days.
Wow.
Most people get done with it in 1 or 2.
Well, my mom's side of the family and my dad's side of the family, we all get together for Christmas too. But, sometimes that might be the beginning of December or the beginning of January. So we're usually for way extended on our Christmas celebrations.
Nice. Tiffany?
Nothing special. My parents will be hanging out with my parents.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Linda Russell?
I am driving to Las Vegas on Monday, which is the 23rd. So I think if I go in the middle of the day, the traffic won't be very bad. I just don't want to get into the afternoon. I need to make sure I arrive there by like 2 in the afternoon. And I'm going to come back on Thursday the 26th. I'm going to spend Christmas with my daughter. She has an apartment in Vegas, and I'm going to take my little puppy dog Mercy with me, and
Nice.
we're going to go see the Cirque du Soleil show at the Bellagio.
Great.
Awesome.
And we might do some kind of a lobster buffet or something for Christmas dinner.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I'm going to your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my
Dennis?
daughter's house. My house doesn't.
No, I'm going to Vegas with you now.
Oh, okay, got it.
Nice.
Dennis?
My daughter just graduated from college, so she's back home now.
Congratulations.
Yep. So it'll be nice to have her home for a while.
Nice.
A Christmas to celebrate, yes.
Yep.
Matthew?
I don't know. Mom, if you're watching this, are we doing something for Christmas?
You forgot the part where you say,
Whatever mom says, right?
Huh?
come to my house, you don't have to drive.
I was gonna say, as long as you don't show up to her house at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, knocking on the windows, trying to wake her up.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that was fun coming back from Toronto. That was definitely an interesting night. Didn't know that Uber didn't go to that airport. That was the first time. Then when I finally jump on a
I knew
tram,
that.
I'm like, I'm just gonna get on a different bus to any hotel, whatever. Just follow
That's
the
clever.
attendants, and
Yeah.
then from there, because I wasn't gonna walk out of the airport, so from there I could call an Uber, which was great. But
Right.
and then I got to my mom and dad's house, and she was like, I told them when I was gonna be there, checked in. She's like, okay, call me when you get there. Passed out, knocking on
Yeah,
the
sound
door.
asleep.
Went and knocked on her window. Finally climbed over the back fence. I'm sure my neighbors thought I was breaking in. Like started to try to climb through the doggy door, and then realized I was 40 and decided not to.
Sophie's like, come on in, come on in.
But it was fun. Good story.
Linda Artisani?
I am at 10:55 Pacific time. I'm hopping on JetBlue in the back of the plane. Thank you, Intuit. And I'm going to put my Intuit blankie. And I got a really cool Intuit blanket that has like all fuzzy fur. And I packed that in my big Intuit bag. And I'm going to, a really nice bag, with my nice Intuit jacket. Tiffany, you guys should get these.
Why did you get that stuff, Linda?
Because I just graduated from the advisory council.
Congratulations.
So yeah, thank you. So
Congratulations.
thank you. So then I'm hopping on a plane, going to visit my grandkids who don't know I'm coming. So I'm going to surprise them. And I'm gonna hang out with
That's
them
Rhode Island.
in Rhode Island where there's snow and 20 degrees. And then I'm going to, but it looks like Christmas. And I'm surprising them. Probably going to sleep on Saturday because I don't get it till 7:20 a.m. because I don't think I'm going to sleep that well on the plane. And yeah, so Intuit's actually sending me my grandkids, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to hang out and be there through Christmas and leave the day after to go back to 80 degrees.
Nice, nice.
It'll be fun.
Mary wants to join Linda Russell in Vegas.
She wants the lobster.
And Tiffany does too. It could be a party at your place, Linda.
Yeah, a big party.
My son and his wife and my grandchildren will be here. They are coming up from Virginia, so I'm glad that's happening.
Nice.
I'll be having dinner with my daughter-in-law's family Saturday night. I'll be having Christmas party at my father's house on Sunday evening, and then Christmas Day opening presents with my grandchildren, my son's children. So
You're having a Christmas.
I love the laugh about the Sunday party.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a story behind that laugh.
little bit, but that's okay. It's family, and I love them. So
Yeah.
So Gina, where are you now?
where am I now?
Yeah.
Oh, my background. This background was my mother's family does a cookie exchange every year. So this
that's a
is
fake.
where I went.
It's a fake background.
Yes. Well,
Oh,
no, I
geez.
took a picture. This was actually a
It
real
looks
place.
real.
And I went to it.
It's
I really liked the Christmas tree there, so I took a picture, and it turned into like a really awesome background for Christmas.
It
And
is.
that's just Zoom. That's not a green screen.
No, it's just Zoom.
Well, you
So
fooled
that's
me.
great. You don't have to put the tree up. You don't have to take the tree down.
I can just,
Can I borrow that one?
she'll send you the picture.
I'll send you the picture, right?
She'll sell you the picture. It's not
Really
free.
nice background.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
License it. Don't.
Yes.
There you go.
Nice.
I just thought that you'd shifted the direction of your computer so we looked out the window.
Oh, okay. Well, this was a really nice place that we had it. We go around different
Right.
family members. This
Mhm.
particular family member is in, I wouldn't call it an old person facility where it's like 55
They
and
have
up.
no fingerprints.
Dennis. So the living quarters are, 1-bedroom places, but they have these community rooms.
Oh, yes.
Awesome. Totally awesome. Had a nice fireplace. We could go around the corner and do our exercising if we want to. Had a billiard table, had a library, had a kitchen in it. So yeah, it was really, really nice. So we all made 9 dozen cookies. So we come back. I
A
never
lot of cookies.
have that many
So much
cookies.
sugar.
But I give away a lot of cookies. So people
Got it.
like it when I go to the cookie exchange because I come back and give different gift boxes to different people.
That's a lot of cookies.
It is a
That
lot
is.
of cookies. That's a lot
It
of cookies
is.
to bake too. It means it's a
It
whole
is.
day of baking.
Did you
I
have
believe it.
infinite ones that you could clear?
Clear your cookie.
The look from Linda was the best. Like, oh, come on.
Well, we do every once in a while have a family member here and there that just go down to BJ's and get a couple dozen.
Yeah,
Me.
I
That would
can
be me.
believe that. I just got some molasses cookies at Trader Joe's, and I love them. They're wonderful. They're very soft and chewy, and little sprinkles of sugar on the top. And the other thing I noticed, I bought a orange cake, like a loaf cake kind of thing, and these cookies, and they're in cardboard boxes.
Oh.
A cake in a cardboard box, not a plastic box.
That's
But
because you're
just a stiff cardboard. And I was going like, that is such a good idea.
We have homemade cookies downstairs in this hotel. They have every day they bake homemade cookies. You go down into the lobby and it smells like cookies. And
Is it the DoubleTree? Because the DoubleTree had their own special.
the Stanford Hotel? It's really, we've been here the last 3 times. The first time I was in like a Marriott or something. This is a really beautiful hotel.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's like, it's old. And it's got like all these weird hallways, and there's like pictures of celebrities all on the wall that must have stayed. Like Reese Witherspoon is there, and we had been
Yeah.
here, like that Michelle Wie, the golfer.
Got it.
Pretty cool.
Nice.
All righty. Well, I think we are about out of time now.
Yeah.
I'm going to say happy Hanukkah to those that celebrate Hanukkah.
That's right.
Merry Christmas to those that celebrate Christmas, and happy whatever to anybody else.
Kwanzaa. And
Yep, Kwanzaa, whatever anyone else celebrates. Make it a merry one.
yes.
Bye.
Until next
Next
week.
week,
And a safe one.
and a safe one.
Yes, a